Welcome to our channel. Today, we'll explore one of the most inspiring passages in the Bible, the redemptive mission of the Lord's servant, promises of hope and restoration. This narrative, found in Isaiah 49, reveals how God chose and prepared a servant from the womb to bring redemption and light to the world. Understanding this mission is crucial to appreciating the depth of God's love and His promises of restoration for all of us. Before we begin, please like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a thing. Watch each part of the video to understand how these divine promises apply to our lives today, offering hope and direction. This understanding can transform the way you view your own journey of faith and the role God has for you in His redemptive plan. Let's explore these powerful and uplifting revelations together. From the beginning of time, God had a plan for the redemption of His people. This plan was manifested in the calling of the servant of the Lord, chosen and commissioned from the womb. It was a great mission, destined to restore Israel and bring divine light to the Gentiles. The servant knew his mission from an early age, for God had shaped and prepared him for this special task. The prophet Isaiah revealed this mission to the people of Israel, emphasizing the importance of the servant. Hear, O distant lands, and pay attention, you peoples from afar. The Lord called me before I was born, from my mother's womb He named me. Isaiah 49 verse 1. With these words, Isaiah began to outline the crucial role of the servant in the history of salvation. The servant's preparation was meticulous and detailed. God sharpened the servant like a sword and hid him in the shadow of His hand. He made him like a polished arrow and kept him in His quiver. This symbolism denotes the care and precision with which God prepared the servant for his mission. You are my servant, Israel, in whom I will display my splendor. Isaiah 49 verse 3. God said to the servant, emphasizing that through him, God's splendor would be revealed to the world. However, the mission would not be easy, and the servant would face challenges and rejections, but his faith and obedience to God would be unwavering. The servant's mission included the restoration of Israel, a people who had strayed from God's ways. Israel was in exile, suffering, and without hope. The servant's task was to bring back the exiles and gather the dispersed of Israel. It is too small a task for you to be my servant to raise up the tribes of Jacob and to bring back the people of Israel whom I have preserved. I will also make you a light for the Gentiles, that you may bring my salvation to the ends of the earth. Isaiah 49 verse 6. With these words, God expanded the servant's mission to include all nations. In addition to restoring Israel, the servant was also commissioned to be a light to the Gentiles. This meant that the message of salvation was not limited to the people of Israel alone, but was intended for all humanity. This universal inclusion highlighted God's all-encompassing love and desire to reach all peoples. The servant's mission included preaching the truth, healing the sick, setting the captives free, and proclaiming the year of the Lord's favor. He would bring justice to the oppressed and hope to the hopeless. His message would be one of peace, love, and redemption to all who would accept it. God made promises of redemption to His people through the servant. He promised that in His acceptable time, He would hear the cry of His people and help them. He would make a covenant with them and restore the land, distributing the desolate possessions. I will help you and keep you, and I will make you a covenant for the people, to restore the land and to repossess the desolate inheritances. Isaiah 49 verse 8. These promises brought hope and comfort to the people of Israel, assuring them that God had not abandoned them. God promised to protect His people and deliver them from their oppressors. He would be the defender and guardian of Israel, ensuring their safety and well-being. They will neither hunger nor thirst, nor will the desert heat or the sun beat down on them. He who has compassion on them will guide them and lead them beside springs of water. Isaiah 49:10. Divine protection would be a sign of God's constant love for His people. He would care for them as a shepherd cares for his sheep, guiding them with tenderness and compassion. God compared his love for Israel to a mother's love for her child, a deep and unfailing love. Can a mother forget the baby at her breast and have no compassion on the child she has born? Though she may forget, I will not forget you. Isaiah 49:15. This comparison illustrates the depth of God's love and his eternal faithfulness. Even if the people of Israel felt abandoned, God assured them that he would never forget them. God promised to rebuild the ruins of Israel and restore their prosperity. Your builders will hasten back, those who laid you waste will depart from you. Isaiah 49:17. This promise of restoration brought hope to the people, assuring them of a bright and prosperous future. Desolate cities would be repopulated, and devastated lands would flourish again. God would bring back the exiles and establish them in their own lands, restoring Israel's glory. God promised that Israel would grow and multiply, becoming a strong and prosperous nation. Lift up your eyes and look around, all your children gather and come to you. As surely as I live, declares the Lord, you will wear them all as ornaments, you will put them on, like a bride. Isaiah 49:18. This promise of growth and multiplication meant that Israel would become a powerful nation, honored and respected by all. God would bring back the children of Israel and bless them with prosperity and honor. God promised to bring justice to his people and judge their oppressors. He would be Israel's defender and ensure that justice prevailed. Kings will be your foster fathers, and their queens your nursing mothers. They will bow down before you with their faces to the ground, they will lick the dust at your feet. Then you will know that I am the Lord, those who hope in me will not be disappointed. Isaiah 49:23. This promise of justice brought comfort to the people of Israel, assuring them that God would avenge their enemies and restore justice. God promised to defeat Israel's enemies and ensure their victory. Can plunder be taken from warriors, or captives be rescued from the fierce? But this is what the Lord says, yes, captives will be taken from warriors, and plunder retrieved from the fierce. I will contend with those who contend with you, and your children I will save. Isaiah 49:24-25. This promise of victory assured the people of Israel that God would fight for them and ensure their safety and freedom. God promised to restore his people and bring them back to their land. See, I will beckon to the nations, I will lift up my banner to the peoples, they will bring your sons in their arms and carry your daughters on their hips. Isaiah 49:22. This promise of restoration brought hope to the people of Israel, assuring them that God would gather them and bring them back to their homeland. God gave his people hope for the future, promising them a bright and prosperous future. He would ensure that his people were blessed and honored among all nations. I am the Lord, in its time I will do this swiftly. Isaiah 49:26. This promise of hope assured the people of Israel that God would fulfill his promises and ensure a bright future for them. The story of Isaiah 49 is a narrative rich in God's promises and messages of hope. The call of the servant of the Lord, his mission to restore Israel and be a light to the Gentiles, and the promises of redemption and divine protection are central themes of this narrative. God's promises brought hope and comfort to the people of Israel, assuring them of a bright and prosperous future under God's constant protection and love.